right. Welcome back to the Cavalry. What's up, Johnny?
Not a whole lot. I'm excited to be here and get some support.
You look good. Feeling
you
good.
Look good. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, thank you. I got my new light. So I should look good now. I'm streaming. I'm ready to be a streamer. I'm ready to be a Twitch guy. I'm in this
lighting is very different. I look like I'm about to get my school photo taken, and yours has like an orange hue to it.
Yeah, I look great.
Right.
You
right.
look like shit.
Right.
No, you look great.
Exactly.
I'm going to start off right away. Johnny, do you know your neighbors, all your neighbors? Do you know them all?
I live in a cul-de-sac. I've lived here since July. I know all of them except for one house I have not met or spoken to, and I think they kind of prefer it that way.
Oh, really?
Why?
I'm asking because this is going to be my first place I need backup, but I feel like with this quarantine, you're like forced to learn your neighbors' names. Like they're around all the time. You're home all the time. And if you don't know them after this, you gotta, you know what I mean? Everybody's out. Like my neighbor across the street is always outside. It drives me crazy. He's always there. I'm like, go to your backyard. Just every once in a while, hang out in your backyard. I don't want to see you hanging out there all the time. But
you should tell him that.
When I lived in LA, we lived in Los Angeles, my wife and I, for like 10 years. And we lived in a apartment with a courtyard, kind of like bungalow style place. And we were there, God, she's going to get mad at me, but I don't need, probably like 4 years, 5 years or something when we were both living there together. And I never knew anybody. I knew like one person kind of. And then she would get so mad. She's like, how can you not learn? You just walk around not learning anybody's names. But I'm like, I don't know. I just don't feel connection to these people. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I never felt the onus. And then even here in Portland now where we live, we have like regular neighbors. And I still, until this quarantine happened, I never got to know. There's just like I have a block against it. I don't know if it's like goes back to when you felt like you were going to get in trouble. Cause like the first like 4 apartments I had, we always had like either too many people living there or like an illegal, an illegal cable hookup. We had something going on where like, we just don't want any attention at all. So I don't know if that's where it comes from, but I have a real apprehension to getting to know my neighbors or learning their names or remembering anything about them.
Do you know their names now or no?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The ones on either side of me, I know their names for sure.
Are you
across the street? I don't.
Are you generally a good person with names or no?
No. Everyone's like, I'm not good with names, but I always remember a face. Even the faces. I don't.
Not even bad with faces.
I'm bad with faces and names and articles of clothing. I'm just a poor witness, basically.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, I do know ours, but like every time I would if I would be out in the yard and I would meet one of them, I would immediately afterward text my wife their names so that I have a paper trail because I know I won't know. So I'll just look it up in the text.
Oh, see,
or I'll ask her.
Now this is bad though, because you're putting me to shame. You're really
no, but I'm terrible. I only do.
You're putting in the effort.
That's true. I'm just giving you advice. That's what I think you should do.
That's what I'm gonna do from now on. Yeah, I mean maybe I don't know, or else I'll just continue not to care that much, I guess. But it does. That's one thing me and my wife, butt heads on because she's like, why don't you just? She just thinks I live like oblivious to the world. I don't know if she thinks I'm arrogant or something because I'm really not. It's just for some reason it doesn't stick. I have perfectly pleasant.
Know. That's exactly how I am too. And my wife's a teacher, and I think that's why she's so good because she's very good at names. Like why? Is Heidi just good at names? And so she's comparing you to her skill level?
she's got a good memory. She's definitely better than me, but she attributes it more to like a morality thing, like a niceness. Like she cares.
She genuinely cares. Yes.
Right. Whereas I apparently
right. Well, when I meet someone, I'm like, okay, I have to remember this name so that I don't look bad later in case I see them later instead of,
right.
I should know who this is because it's a person and I should know. I don't.
See, you're selfish.
Exactly.
You're doing it to
I'm
so
doing
you
it,
can look good.
right? So I don't look bad in the future, but I really don't care.
Yeah, but this is our first time with like real neighbors, you know, like we're in like a real neighborhood where they all like
You'll be there a
they
while.
plan things. Yeah. And like, cause like in LA, it was just, you know, most of our neighbors were Scientologists. And so it was a very short-term deal. That's why I couldn't remember their names. They're always like XYZ or something. No, but even the ones that weren't, I didn't remember their names. And so this is the first time they're like real people. And I feel guiltier now.
This
Yeah,
is
in
the first
LA,
time
these
they're real
aren't,
people.
yeah, they're not real
in
people.
LA.
No.
Scientologists aren't real people.
No, no, they're made of phaetons.
Right.
Is that what it is?
I
forget
think they
what
are
their special.
phaetons.
They are phaetons. But yeah, so like I also like so I feel like you're saying you understand where I'm coming from, but maybe try a few tips and tricks.
I'm just giving you the one tip that I've ever used in my life. And it happened. We have neighbors that live behind us. We share a fence thing, and they just had a kid or whatever. And they were out, and I totally forgot about their names. And the text I sent my wife was from 7 months ago, so there's no way I was going to find it. And so I just said, "Oh,
wait, hang on." Scrolling down. 10 minutes later, Jeremy, and your
that's
beautiful
our neighbor,
baby, Kevin.
No, but I literally was just like, "Oh, hey guys, hey, have you met my wife?" Because I knew they hadn't met yet. I was like, "Did you guys meet my wife yet?" And they're like, "No, I don't think so." I was like, "Oh, Aaron, get out of here." And then I just kind of act like I'm not paying attention while they introduce each other to each other, so I don't have to do the introduction.
That is a fantastic trick. I've used that before. I've used that have you met my wife? And then I just don't make
then you just
the introduction. So then everyone's looking around like, no, I haven't. Well, this is Heidi.
Well, here she is.
And then they just pause, and then they have to fill the silence,
Yeah, and then right after they say that, like, well, I'm Susan, this is Bob. You could be like, oh my God, yes, of course, yes.
Oh,
Susan and Bob.
God,
Yeah, no.
I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. You guys all know each other now. We're all good friends. And then it immediately leaves my head, and I never remember again.
Then you have to ask Heidi right as you're walking away from them. What were their names again?
Also, I noticed, because I've been talking to my neighbors so much, this is just so new for me. It's probably not exciting to anybody else, but I speak in a different voice to my neighbors than I do. Like I'm talking, like right now I'm talking to you. I'm just talking. This is how I normally talk, I feel.
Yeah.
This is about the cadence and the tenor of my voice. But then for some reason, when you talk to neighbors, it's like this weird cartoonish neighbor who's like, hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, looking good. What is that? Where does that come from?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I do it too.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to
friendly.
lose it.
It's the friendly guy voice.
It would be weird if you went the other way, where they came at you with that energy, and you're like, yeah, how's it hanging?
What's up?
What's up? So anyway, all right. Well, that sounds pretty good. I think if I put in a little effort, but I just have to find where that effort is coming from. I just have to care enough, I think.
And you have to remember it long enough. You have to remember their name after you get it long enough to text it.
What's helpful?
What's helpful? You just text it right in front of them.
Yeah, it's like, you wear this. I want you all to wear name tags.
Yeah,
except for me. What's helpful is we're in like this. There's kind of like a neighborhood email chain where they like organize events, or like they say someone's getting a big pile of dirt. Like, who wants in on this dirt? Stuff like that. And then all the names are on there, but then it's hard to put the names, because then I'll be like, this could be, you know what I mean? This could be Craig, but I don't have enough confidence I don't want to call him Craig. It's like, oh no, actually that's the other guy. That's like even worse.
Oh yeah.
Just not knowing their name,
No, I know. Yeah, I used to play basketball. I would play basketball, just this pickup league with a bunch of guys, and I'd play with them for probably, 6 months in, I still didn't know all their names. And so I would like take a picture while they're playing and I'm out. I'd like take a picture. And then as I'd get the names, I'd kind of like try to remember. And then when I'd get in my car, I'd like write the names by the person so I could like study them before I go in.
That's
the
like some
next week.
like 7 habits of the successful. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because I was so sick and tired of like, you're playing basketball, you use someone's name. Like if you don't know your teammate's name,
Right.
it's very obvious.
Oh, I've
Because
been the
you're
guy,
just quiet for no reason.
or it's humiliating for the person whose name is not known. Because I've been the guy whose name isn't known, and then it's like, hey, Big Shoes, hey, 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 Smelly, get over here. Hey, Rip Jersey, let's go. Like,
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
have a name. I could just tell you my name now. They're not.
But 6
worried about
months in, like if they knew I didn't know their names 6 months in, they'd be like, "What? Are you kidding me?"
Right. You pass the point of no return.
Yeah,
There's
totally.
no way to ask. Yeah.
And like I had one guy that like he's wearing a jersey that had a name on it. It was like Coach Ryan, because it was a bunch of teachers that worked with my wife, and I'd play with them in the morning. And it's Coach Ryan, but I have such little confidence that I was like, well, I can't call it, because he's just gonna know I'm reading his jersey, so I can't call him Ryan.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Over here, Coach. I'm open. Coach.
Coach.
Screen coming, Coach. Heads up. Coach is pretty safe. I might start calling all my neighbors Coach.
There
Hey,
you
what's
go.
up, Coach? They just be like, hey, that guy's kind of cool. He calls everybody Coach.
Yeah, they'll never know. You can just text Heidi after you talk to him. Hey, I'm calling everyone Coach. Remind me that.
Keep it up. You do it too. And they'll know that.
Dumb yourself down so that I look better.
Right. Let's just have both of us. We don't want one of us coming off better than the other. So let's just both call everybody Coach. Yeah, I think that's kind of a power move, because like some guys call people like, kid or buddy or something. I'm gonna go with Coach. I'm calling everybody Coach. Boss, you know what I mean? You ever call somebody, hey boss, that guy's always cool. Like the hey boss guy. Thanks, boss. My friend Ryan's like that. He's from New York, everybody's boss. Thanks, boss.
He sounds cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. It's the coolest guy I know. But I'm gonna start calling him Coach. One up him. Thanks, boss. You're welcome, Coach. Like what?
Right. Yeah. Right back at you, Admiral. Whoa.
The Admiral.
There you go.
Well, that seems like nonsense, but I'm gonna try it. I'm either gonna try texting. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. When I learn a name, I know my neighbors on the left and the right. That's done. I got them down. Cool. I still think about it for a second, but I can come up. I question myself for a second and then I go, no, I know this. This is right. But then it's just everybody else that I got to study. So I'm going to start texting myself. It's a good idea. Or you're going texting your wife, just bothering. But then you got to re-up it.
Yeah. Maybe you got to do notes or something, because texting, that didn't work because it just got lost. I was like, well, where the hell did that text? I mean, I'd be texting my wife every day. I'm supposed to find this one text.
I'll put it in that same note where all my passwords are. Do you have one of those notes where like your entire
where if I lose it, my life could just be ruined by anyone.
Right. I'll put it in there. Then they'll be like, why is this guy's password all his neighbors? He really loves his neighbors.
Yeah. Brown mustache buzz cut. Carl? What is that?
That does not get me into his Wells Fargo account. All right. What's up with you? Where do you need backup this week?
All right. Well, this is, I had to stretch my brain for this one, but I think this is the one. So I am a firm believer that, and I'm going to introduce it. I'm just going to tell you my stance, because in the past I've asked you a question and be like, how do you, and you are always like, okay, well, that's not where I'm going with this. So I'll just flat out tell you, when I see babies, whether it's my family, someone else's, a friend, whatever, if I see a baby, it looks like a baby and they all look the same, and they don't look like parents when they're a week old. And every person, not to sound sexist, but literally every woman is like, oh my gosh, that is Dan's. She's got Dan's nose, and she's got Sarah's eyebrows. Look at that.
Right.
And I'm just like, that's not, I don't know if you're making that up to be friendly or what, but I have eyes, you have eyes. We're seeing the same, we both know the people you're talking about. We're seeing the same baby. What in the hell are you talking about?
Well, yeah, it's like, it almost seems like you don't have to reassure me that this is my kid. Like I'm pretty confident. I don't need, why is everyone going over the top here trying to convince me that this kid is mine? Is there something that I should know? That would actually make me suspicious if everybody oh, it looks just like you. Oh, it's got your
all
mustache.
All of my kids, I mean, no, now they're a little older, so they do look just like my wife. And I've seen pictures of my wife at that age, so I know. But like when they're born, it's just like, no, it just looks like a baby, a chubby baby, But everyone's
Right.
like, oh, that is 100% Aaron. And like, but my wife's the biggest culprit. Like if her friends have a baby, or like my friends, she's like, oh my God, that looks just like, and it's like, they have to have that conversation of, do you agree? Doesn't this look just like, it's like, and it's like, I don't know why, it's a pet peeve of mine. Like, who cares? Who cares?
Right. The only way you would care is if it did look suspiciously like somebody not involved or not thought to have been involved.
Right.
Making the kid. But like, do you say that when someone is like, oh my God, it looks just like, it has Aaron's ears, or it has your nose. Do you go, no, it doesn't? Are you that confrontational?
I just say, no, not with my kids. Like if they're like, oh, that looks like Aaron, I'll just say, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like when they're first born, I would just not really get involved. But like if it's not my kid, or it's a friend's, and Aaron's like, oh my God, doesn't that look, Jay, doesn't like just like Mark? I will say, no. I mean, it's a baby. It looks like a baby. I don't see an adult feature on that baby.
It would be great if you just took it literally, like you were an idiot. It's like, it looks nothing like. First of all, Mark is so much bigger.
Mark is like 6'3".
Mark is like 6'3". He's dwarf. That kid is tiny. He's barely comes up to his shin. I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't have any facial hair. Bald. They don't dress anything alike. It looks nothing like him.
That's gonna be my new go-to. That's what I'm gonna do. Is everyone out of their mind? Are you kidding
crazy?
me? No.
It looks way more like that other baby. You know what this baby looks like? Looks super like all the other babies. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So
if you got robbed, right? If you got held up, like you were a 7-Eleven clerk and you got put up at gunpoint, and they do the lineup, and they did like 5 dudes and a baby. You're not going to be tricked into picking the baby. The baby's going to look, but if you did all babies, you'd be super confused. You wouldn't know who it was.
Oh my God. Yeah. If babies could commit crimes, they would. Whew.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Baby criminals, unstoppable.
Yeah. I get a lineup of 5 babies. I don't know. They all look the same, right?
God damn. And the detective's trying to like point to one, and you're like, are you sure that was the one? No, I'm with you. I haven't had like hardly any of my friends. I mean, you have kids. We weren't friends really when your kids were born. But I haven't known I haven't been around a lot of babies. I haven't had friends have a lot of kids. So I haven't had that conversation that much, but I see what you're saying. And I definitely could not tell you one baby from another,
It's like, it's the new how's the weather, to people that just had baby. Like, this isn't an interesting conversation. I just don't think it's interesting. That's just the emotions you go through when someone has a baby. Oh, who does it look like? Who cares? Let's talk about it when the kid's 3 or 4. This is a newborn baby. Its head is going to be a different shape in literally 5 days.
No, you know what it's like? It's like trying to grade, because after like the NFL draft, they'll come up with grades for each team. Like this team drafted, they got a B+ because we thought they did good on their picks. This team got a D-. But it's like, you don't know. These guys haven't played yet. They could be all Hall of Famers, and then you'll look like a real idiot, you know? So it's the same thing with babies. You shouldn't grade the baby on the looks
I didn't know
until
they
way
did that.
later. Oh,
So
yeah.
they
They do.
basically say, well, my guess for how good you guessed is this.
Right. That's exact. There's a whole there's a $1 million industry built on like NFL draft analysis, and they'll just tell you, you know, that your team did a good job, and then fans get super serious about it. They'll be like, "Yeah, we killed this draft." Like, what are you talking? Nobody knows, and all these players like they pretend like they know who they should have picked. Like you watched any of these guys, their tape. You know, like you were really grinding. You like heard of this guy like a week ago, and now you think you know if he's going to be better than somebody else. It's ridiculous, but I love it, and I read every one of those articles. But yeah, that's funny too. Like, yeah, we should hold out on judgment for like if a baby's, because I would love to see data that says, I mean, because there's there's uglier babies and then there's prettier babies. Yeah. You know, like there's definitely like, oh, this baby could be in commercials and this baby is not drawing anything. Yeah. So, but is there any correlation between how do those, you know what I mean? Is that a real indicator of if you'll grow up to be, you know, handsome or not? I don't know. Or is it all just random?
Study to find out. I don't know.
Who's done the science?
My son, I think a lot, I don't know if this is inappropriate, but I think a lot of babies look Asian, like rare when they're first born. My son looked Asian for the first few days.
Right. Were you nervous?
No, I mean,
okay.
No, because literally they all look like that.
Yeah, right.
They're all the same. You know what? You want to hear something nuts?
That it does sound racist because you're like, all babies look the same and all babies look Asian. Do I have to finish the math?
Well, you don't have for you. Why do you have to spell it out for our listeners?
Oh, okay. We'll let them make their own conclusion.
No, they all look like one particular Asian person I know. That's what I meant.
There you go. Okay.
But this is true. When Edie we got the 3D sonogram of Edie. Mm-hmm. Aaron said, because this is proof that my wife is the biggest culprit of this stupid conversation about what babies look like. She said, "Oh my gosh, she has my upper lip from the ultrasound, the 3D ultrasound." So that's when I was kind of like, "Oh, okay, I'm just,
okay. Right. This is all nonsense."
I don't know.
Did she have? I mean, how would you even know? Because I'm so behind you on this. Because like she's never seen her own sonogram,
right?
Because your upper lip could look way different. I mean, we don't know how these things develop, right?
I'm assuming the 3D sonogram that looks like a clay alien, you know, whatever. She thinks that the upper lip looked like her upper lip when she was a little girl or something. I don't know.
I didn't know they did sonograms in 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them, they look weird. They're almost scarier. You'd almost.
Do you need glasses to like to view it?
Yeah, you put it's got a red lens and a blue lens. And then
I didn't know. That's kind of cool that they can do them in 3D, you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a person. It looks weird. Yeah. It looks like a clay formation. It doesn't.
Does it make? Yeah, okay. But
you can't make out an upper lip. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But wait. So what were you gonna say? Do you think there's a correlation though between how your baby looked in the sonogram and how they grew up, or no? No, you can't tell.
No.
All right. Well, we'll
keep the sonogram. There's a purpose. The only point of those is to find the gender, which only the doctor knows what you're looking for. I couldn't tell you from a sonogram. And to put on your, cubicle wall to tell everyone, hey, I got a baby in here. But it's not like, oh, what does it look like? Let me see that. I want to see what your baby looks like in you.
What a cute blob. What a look at the orbing. Look at the nice. Look at the distortions. Oh, that is such pretty distortion.
Oh my God, it's so pretty. Our head is bigger than literally the rest of her body. It's a beautiful.
Look at the posture. Oh, it's gonna be a leaner. I think it's got scoliosis. You might want to get that looked at.
Right. Okay. Good. I'll take that as support. You think that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm right.
Okay.
I'm way behind you. You can't tell. I'm so oblivious. I don't even know people's names. How am I going to tell the difference between
Right.
babies?
Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're on the board there. I got to be a little careful now with this next one because got into dangerous territory there with the.
Is it about Asians?
Racism? Well, food, restaurants. So I have this theory. Nobody ever backs me up. Not anybody.
Well,
Nobody's ever backed me up. But
Hold
yeah, so
my
let's
beer.
see. Maybe maybe my friend Mike one time he kind of liked it, but so I have this theory. I love Thai food. I love spicy food, as we've talked about in previous episodes. Big fan of spicy food. And not episodes. I think it was only one. We don't bring it up every episode how much I love spicy food. It's a weird running theme. But anyway, I love spicy food, and
we have talked about me liking hot dogs in every episode, but that's besides the point.
Well, now we're 4 for 4. We weren't going to bring it up, but you just did. So okay. I love Thai food restaurants, and I love getting to me, the average Thai food place, even in like bigger cities where you think, because like if you go to a suburb or something, right, you have to adjust your expectations for what each star is going to mean based on what their clientele normally is. So if they get a lot of white suburban folks who don't like spicy food, 5 stars isn't going to mean what 5 stars means, in Thai town in Hollywood and LA. It's just a different. So I'm constantly like adjusting my wherever. So if I'm on the road somewhere, I'm always going 5 stars. That's where I'm going. Right. But the problem when you're a white dude, you look like me, a very, very white dude, and you order, because if 5 stars is the max, whatever the max is, I usually want to get
5 stars. Are you talking about like quality or hot?
No, spiciness. Because you get thank you for clarifying. Yes, but if let's say I'm getting like the Thai ginger, whatever, and then it's got the little star meter on it.
Yeah, I got you.
How many stars is this? So it usually goes 1 to 5. Sometimes like 1 to 10. It's like, okay, this is how much difference is there between 6 and 7? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they're going a little crazy here, but usually it's 1 to 5.
Okay.
But I notice now, what I want is the math value of whatever the 5th star is. That's what I want, the spiciness level. But I feel like, as a white dude, if I order 5 stars, it's like challenging them, like, that's what you really, are you sure? And it's like, yeah, I'm sure. But then they go in there and make it like 100 stars because they don't want to show weakness.
So you're saying that they make it spicier than they ever have before.
Yes, because they don't want some white boy coming in and being arrogant. It comes off as arrogant that I think that I can handle their 5 stars. So they're going over the top. So instead, I'll always get 4 stars to show respect, rather than the 4 stars isn't spicy enough. So there's like this elusive 5th star that I can't ever, the proper, like whatever the 1 star up, the difference between 3 and 4, that's what I'm looking for between 4 to 5. And it's like, you can't achieve that. But I have a theory. My theory is that like if an Asian guy or lady came in and ordered 5 stars, that is what I'm looking for.
Okay. I see. Now the reason I had to clarify is because I thought you were going the other way, where you were going to say, because I hadn't even thought of that. I was thinking you were going to say like, can I get the 5 star or whatever? And they're going to be like, oh, there's a white guy. He can't handle our 5 stars. Let's take it easy. We'll give him. Oh
yeah, no. I think they do that if you get like 2 or 3 stars, and if you make a little show, like, I like spicy, but not too spicy, so let's go 3 stars, and I'll be like, all right, just make it 1 star. I don't want to get it sent back. Right. But if you go 5 stars, they're like, oh, really? Oh, look at Mr. Big Shot. He thinks he can handle 5 stars. Okay. And then the chef's back there like, who ordered 5 stars? And they're like,
what does he look like? So. Oh, that white guy? Okay.
That dude? That traveling salesman over there? All right.
I just think it's funny that I don't know. Maybe that is what they do. I don't order a lot of spicy stuff on the road. I like spicy stuff, but I'm not a 5-star spice guy.
Well, yeah,
I do think it's funny that your fear is that they have this like secret 10-star they're giving white people that order the 5-star.
Yeah. Well, it could just be because that's what I would do if I were in their position. I'd be offended on their behalf. So maybe it's my own psychosis manifesting itself, or maybe it's just that really is what maybe it's like there's like 4-star and then they the 5 stars, they just go buck wild and they go crazy, because I've gotten it before and it's always like so spicy, it's like ridiculous. It's like, which you can't, you know what I mean?
Like not enjoyable
at all. Like you can't even finish it. At least I can't. Maybe some people could. Maybe I'm just a baby. Maybe it is my whiteness just can't handle it. I don't know. But I have my theory. I've laid it out, and no one ever buys it. But
I can't say I'm not saying I think that's foolish or silly to think that, because it's just not my world. I don't order that. But
well, if you are Thai descent and you know someone who works in a kitchen who's also Thai descent, I would love to hear some feedback on this. Does it challenge the chef if I order 5 stars at a Thai food place? That's what I want to know.
We should remember this one, because this would be a good one for a live podcast. So you can get some feedback from other people.
Because we'd have so many chefs, so many Thai restaurant chefs.
We'll market it to Thai chefs.
No, with that Facebook ad targeting, you can really get specific. Vindictive Thai restaurant chef. I want all my ad dollars going just on on angry Thai chefs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's maybe it's harebrained. I don't know, but that's how I feel. But I can't even I try to stay away from the spicy stuff anyway now, because then it comes out of my pores and then I'm in trouble with my wife. So there you go. Yeah.
No.
It's a tough world.
You're very others centered. That's very.
I know. I'm always thinking about other people's motives.
Right. Well, all right. I'll do mine, because mine's food related also.
Oh, perfect.
I've been told that I'm a picky eater, and I think, and in an insulting way, where it's like looked down upon, like, oh, you're so picky. You don't like avocados, or, just the list of healthy foods goes on. And
it's not like Starbursts. Right, oh, you hate Starbursts. What a picky eater.
It's all, but you have no control. And maybe this is where there's room for debate, but like, you don't have control. I didn't pick to not like tomatoes. You know what you mean? That's like my big one is tomatoes. I've tried. I do eat avocado because I have to, because we're feeding the kids avocado. My wife always gives them, so I eat them. I don't like them. She knows I don't like them. And I have this moniker of being, the fussy baby picky eater. I didn't, she doesn't like Kraft mac and cheese. I don't call her picky because she doesn't like I like plenty of things. None of them are healthy, but she doesn't like them. So isn't she a picky eater too? She got lucky. She's lucky.
This is great because you're right. It's classist. The whole idea of being a picky eater is classist, because people don't apply it to, like, cheap, crappy junk food. Right. It's never, because they're picky. The Whole Foods eater, the Whole Foods shopper won't eat like Captain Crunch. Does that make them picky? Like, people are always like, oh no, I don't like it. It's too sweet. Oh, it's too heavy. I don't like root beer. It's like, no, you're picky. You're picking what you eat. You're a picky eater. I love this. Exactly. This is fantastic.
Yeah, you totally get it. See,
I get it. When I was a kid, I was a really picky eater until I was like in high school. And as a kid, like, legendarily picky, like only hot dogs, hamburgers, just that was it. That's all I would eat. And
you used to be like pizza, me today.
Yeah, when I was a small child, I had your tastes.
Okay, good. So you get it. All right, good.
Right. I'm trying not to be classist myself here, but you have the taste of an 8-year-old. But there's a story when I I went to my grandpa's. He was kind of a ornery guy, my grandpa Bob, and he made this salmon, cedar plank, barbecued it, really happy with himself how he made it. I'm sure I was too young to really remember, but I was so picky. I didn't. Salmon was like, I mean, on a different planet. There's no way I'm eating fish. But my parents made a big deal. They're like, you got to eat it. You got to be polite and eat it. It's good for you. All this stuff. So I mean, I drowned the thing in ketchup. I just got the ketchup and just drowned. And my grandma got so pissed off. He said, "Who's got ketchup and why is it? What are you doing?" And he got so upset that I put ketchup all over the salmon. So I feel your pain, and it's like, why is that bad? You know what I mean? I'm adding more food on the plate.
Yeah,
I like a variety of tastes.
Yeah, it's not that you don't like salmon; it's that you like ketchup so much.
Right. Ketchup and salmon. I'm putting this is a fusion restaurant,
Yeah. See, if I were to call my wife picky, this is proof. Like if we do mac and cheese, it has to be like real, real cheese and real macaroni. That Kraft stuff. She always tells the story about she was at a friend's house because her mom, my wife's mom always was a hippy dippy, always made the real whatever healthy. So she's at her friend's house. And you can see the disgust.
Oh, I just
voice.
love how dismissive you are. Like, oh, she was this crazy hippie. She was like real lunatic out there stuff. She used actual cheese rather than the water dust that Americans use.
The orange dust. So she was at her friend's house, and her friend's mom, was like, "Oh, all right, we're gonna do mac and cheese for lunch," and my wife ate it and vomited all over the floor. Because I don't know if she didn't like it or her system couldn't handle it.
So finely tuned.
I have never eaten an avocado and thrown up all over the kitchen floor. So who's a picky eater now? Right? Mic drop.
Let that one marinate a little bit. I also like the scene. You're right. This is just a revolutionary thinking. You've really flipped the tables here. On because I'm actually, see, to me, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I don't think I'm a picky eater at all, because I can go both sides of the street, both sides of the tracks. I can go now to the crazy fusion, new hip restaurant in Portland that puts dates and all sorts of different flavors and spices also, and I'll kill that. And I can go eat the Kraft macaroni cheese and hot dogs too, and I can kill that. I can go on either side of it. So I really do eat everything now, for better or worse. But I like to imagine the scene of you at the kitchen table in the morning with your kids, and you're the one holding your nose eating avocados. They're like, I'll eat it, but I don't like it. And their kids are just happily eating their food and like, come on, Johnny, finish your avocados.
Well, what I do,
have some kicks.
Here's what I do is I'll put them, and my wife thinks this is hilarious, but like if we have to have like, spinach or something gross, I will, like, I don't want spinach or leaves. I don't like lettuce and all that stuff on my sandwich, on my burger. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll eat salads. It's fine, but I don't want it on and so when we have meals where you have to mix, I will eat that stuff just all by itself beforehand, just in anticipation and excitement for a meal that doesn't have that stuff on it. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're willing to just ingest it like,
yeah. What did we have to do? Oh, we had these pork quesadillas. It's pork, cheese,
sounds good.
Yeah, that's it. But she put avocado on them, and that's just ruined them. That's not nice. That's not
right. So I'd
rather eat a half of an avocado, just like, oh, this sucks, and just eat it and hate it, and then be like, okay, where's that delicious food? Instead of tainting it. And so that's what I do. I pick out the avocados and then I eat them, and I just swallow them.
Because for you, anything that's like healthy for your body, you view as like a chore. You can't enjoy anything that's healthy. So it's like you don't
I
want to
wouldn't say
mix your
anything, but yes, for exactly what we're speaking about, yes.
right. So you don't want to mix the chore with the fun thing. It's like you don't want to do homework on vacation, right? Just get your homework done first, and then I'll
Yes,
go on vacation. I don't want to
exactly.
bring the homework with me and then ruin
It'll
the
ruin the
trip.
vacation. Yeah, you get it.
I'm with you.
That's logical, right?
I know, but I think you have a real breakthrough on your hands with this whole picky eater. You're actually the picky eater because you won't eat processed crap.
Yeah. Like I'll make, remember we were talking about how I'm not good with analogies. Here's the
Oh,
I,
well,
I
I'm
lose
excited.
I lose all my arguments because I'm so bad. Like I feel like I know what I'm saying, but my analogies just make me discredit it,
Yeah,
and I lose it because I'm an idiot. But
I'm
it's like,
gearing up for
okay,
this one.
so like, okay, so I gotta have avocados. It's like, okay, so everyone in the world likes avocados, and I don't. So now I'm the bad guy. I'm the picky guy. Well, what if everybody? Well, what if I liked shit and I put shit on your sandwich? Then you're the picky eater, That's not fair, right? No. No,
Wait, why? In that analogy, everyone in the world likes shit?
it doesn't matter. I mean, yes. But let's just
Oh,
say everyone likes shit because
but
but
shit
let's,
tastes like what it tastes like now?
yes, I'm
Yeah.
changing nothing except for the fact that nobody actually eats shit in real life or likes it. So I'm just saying,
Wait, yeah.
you're
Yeah.
you're making me eat something that I like as much as you like eating shit.
But she's making you, okay, this is where I'm going to back her up a little bit because she's making you eat shit because, like, imagine if shit were good for you.
Uh-huh.
So if there's motives. She's not just making you eat shit because she's like, Johnny sucks. I'm going to make him eat shit. I know
Right.
Johnny hates shit, so I'm
I
going to
know,
make him eat it.
I'm taking the motive out of the
Right.
analogy. I'm just saying food.
Yeah. Do you have to eat it too? Because it's like, see, it's different. I don't have kids, but like, because it would set a bad precedent. If like,
That's why I do eat it.
right.
Before we had kids, no, I would not eat it. Why would I eat it?
All hot dog diet, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you eat healthier now because you have kids, or you add health at least to the
Yeah.
meal.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you this. I have not, and this quarantine, I haven't had fast food since it started. And I never know, like I have tried to give up fast food so many times, it just doesn't work. But I realized just, I actually, my wife doesn't know this, but I went to the drive-through at Taco Bell twice.
Mhm.
But both times the line just wasn't moving. So I backed up and left. So I tried twice, but I was just unsuccessful.
Wow. How disappointing is that?
Oh, the worst. Because I can't complain
Dude.
to her about it. Like, oh God, guess
Right.
what happened?
The line at Taco Bell. The line at the avocado store was ridiculous. Oh my God. So disappointed.
She'd know something's fishy if I said that. Wait a
I've
minute.
gone
You don't like avocados. You went to Taco Bell, didn't you?
I went to I've been let's see, fast food. I went to Wendy's. I've been to Wendy's once. I had like the saddest meal of my life, just eating in my car Wendy's chili by myself. Like, I don't know why. I was just driving by, it hit me. I wanted Wendy's and I ate it and it was
Was it
fine.
good?
But it just loses something eating in the car. I don't know. I even as a road comic, I never ate in the car, like it's something that depressing about it to me. So it was fine. It was okay. And then I went to today, my wife and I actually we went on a hike and we were coming home, we were starving. We stopped at Chipotle and I got Chipotle, but then I hadn't had Chipotle in a long time. And we stopped at Whole Foods. Then we had to go grocery shopping. And while I was at Whole Foods, I had like a Chipotle. Like, I got to use the bathroom. You know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah, I
so
do.
funny being in Whole Foods and going like, look, guys, your food has nothing to do with what's about to happen in your bathroom. Your food would not have caused the carnage that is going to go down in your poor bathroom. But it's just the way it goes sometimes.
That's the way it goes.
Well, what a way to end.
There we go.
What a classy note to end on.
On that note.
But it sounds so. I mean, I'm backing you up. Basically, I forget what it was. Where did we start?
That was extremely insincere.
Oh, picky eater. Oh, yeah. No, but I do. I've said it a million times. But yes, I'm totally with you on the picky eater thing. And as someone who was a picky eater for a long time myself, I can relate for sure. So
good. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. All right, man. Well, this is it. This was the Cavalry. Thank you, everybody, for listening or watching on YouTube. You can follow us online or, just out in the world. If you happen to see us, follow us from 6 feet.
Do you know our Instagram handles and all that stuff specifically, or no?
Oh, for the podcast? Yeah, it's the Cavalry Pod on Instagram, and I think on Twitter. But we'll follow us, and then we'll retweet all this stuff.
Yeah, isn't one of them Cavalry Podcast?
I don't know. I tried to make the Gmail account, and they were like, it wouldn't let me use anything because you need an email to start all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like the Cavalry. The only one I could come up with the Cavalry Podcast 9. I was like, oh, great. Gmail. There's 8 other of these. That's gonna help
I looked it up. There's not.
Search engine optimization.
Right. Let's just put number 9 on top for.
But the good news is we're the 9th ranked Cavalry named podcast in the world right now. So
nice.
Let's start the Patreon. Anyway, all right, man. Good work. I'll see you next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
It's a great song.